here's today's mediumship message, and today's message actually comes from the Spirit Baby realm. If you're new here, you can go ahead and take a look at some previous videos and see who I am and just like a little bit about the work that I do. But today I'm going to share 3 techniques or 3 ways that you can really start to like implement into your rituals or your day-to-day that can really help start to like bridge the gap or to bring that connection with your spirit baby closer to you. And these messages really are for anyone. So, like anyone who is curious about this, anyone who knows that they want to be a mom in the future, anyone who's actively conceiving or is about to start to actively conceive. And lastly, these 3 techniques can be used like individually, or you can work with all 3 of them like step by step by step, and they would really flow and build off of each other really nicely. So the first technique is actually to work with a rose tea infusion. You can get like dried rose petals and you can make like a strong tea infusion. I love working with rose tea. I recommend it a lot actually. And rose tea is like really great to support like filling in spaces and like really showering us and like helping give us back that energy of unconditional love, especially when we're feeling like really depleted. So a way that you can work with it is actually brewing like a rose tea infusion, straining it and putting a washcloth in there and like gently wringing it out and then placing the washcloth on your womb space. I find this in a lot of like the healing that I do and psychic mediumship sessions, that a lot of women like we've become really disconnected from that space, and also we hold a lot there, and it's really like malnourished and depleted like energetically and spiritually. So think of rose tea as like an ally that can really help support like filling in and replenishing that space with love. So connection to the womb space is a great place to start. The second one is going to be actually like visualization. And it's like exactly as it sounds, but the word that comes in is like get creative with it. So think of, even if you don't know like the gender of your baby or exactly what it looks like, just practice getting into the space of like asking that question. And just like pausing in your day and giving yourself time, like even if it's 5 minutes, just to like visualize and tune into that potential and what that would feel like to connect with your spirit baby and to feel that love and connection in your heart. And lastly, this is actually one of my favorite techniques that I use for like any time that I'm manifesting or creating in life. But I like to do it before bedtime. But if you were to close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths and tune into the energy of like what it feels like to be connected with your spirit baby. So think of like unconditional love, think of the warmth, think of the connection and just like how that would feel within your heart and your being. And I bring that energy like to the forefront and I hold it as long as I can. So this is great. Like you could set a timer, but I just kind of like eyeball it like 5, 10, 15, 20 seconds. And I just envision and I start to bring the emotion and focus in on like how it feels, where I feel it in my body, to feel like me as a mom or me connected to my baby, like what it feels like, what their energy feels like, what their soul feels like. And then I just start to hold that energy 10, 15, 20 seconds and then I release it. I'll take a couple of deep breaths and then I'll go back in and I'll do the same thing, and I'll start to bring in like what that connection feels like, what their energy feels like, what it feels like to be connected and feel that in my heart. I hold it and then I just gently release it. This is a great one for when you're like creating anything in your life. So like I said, try these individually or you can try them all together and just see if it starts to bring you a little bit closer to connecting with your spirit baby.